Hello. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Sorry we're a little late. We were chit-chatting.
Got to chit-chatting like girls.
Well, according to Bob, I do have a few female past lives, so.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Sorry if anyone wants to check that out. Bob, what the heck is his last name? He does the Akashic Records, and he's been on Andrea's channel. So you can find his email and everything there, but it was a very interesting session today with Mr. Bob.
Yes.
Oh, bless you.
Sorry. Yeah, so I'm not like Andrea who does a little.
Bob confirmed something that I think Debbie and I had brotherly and sisterly thing going on in the past lives.
Yeah, brothers and sisters. Well, we were brother and brother, right?
Brother,
sister.
Father, sister, and brother, sister. But I feel like the most prominent one was that brother, sister.
Yeah.
And it was during the War of the Roses scenario, if everyone wants to Google it.
Right. So, but tell them the most interesting part about this is that you had a hit on this.
Yeah.
And didn't say when, and then he told you it was during the War of the Roses.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. You know, when you meet people, I mean, even like Beth, I have a little connection there with Beth, or E.T. Fabulous. You know, I was just trying to sense and figure out, like, you know, people come into your life and there's always some kind of soul connection, whether they stay or go or whatever, you know, it's part of the process. But I'm like, there's something about Debbie. I mean, I know, like, we've known each other.
Yeah. You know how when you meet someone, you're like,
we'll get this out of the way. You know, I don't have a sense that I want you in a dating relationship, right?
Right.
I've always sensed since I've met you is that it feels like a brother-sister kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure it out, use my senses, and I was seeing something like a brother-sister. Well, I think you said brother-sister first. You kind of felt that.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to visualize, okay, where was this? And I was immediately getting like Britain or England, right? And then I was getting something about royalty. And then to confirm it, uncover that it was Kristen sent me something about the War of the Roses she wanted me to look at with Henry VIII or whatever, right? So I'm like, oh my God, that's like a clue or something, right? It's
wow. Yep.
You know, when I'm thinking about it, then all of a sudden Kristen sends me this link. So I started searching a little bit. And I'm like, this is it. This is the connection, you know? So I started sensing a little more. I'm like, and then I was like, but I felt like we were taken away somewhere, you know, and I was getting a hit kind of like France. So when I was talking with Bob and I did not tell him a word about this, I'm like, just like, is there a connection between Debbie and I in England? And he told me the same story.
He did. Isn't that amazing?
The same story. I didn't know, but he said our father then was killed in this war, and that we were sent off to northern France to escape the conflicts going on. So all this Akashic records and figuring out, but our own senses basically told us what was going on, and it's really cool.
Yep.
You know, within the community, join YouTube and you find connections that were historic.
I know. And he was always he was always the older brother, just so you know.
Oh wait, how does this work? Which one looks better? That one or the big one?
What do you guys like? This one or the bigger this one?
You want the
What looks better to you guys?
you want the zits or the far away? You want to see the blemishes? Yeah,
The
Bob.
wrinkle. You want to see the wrinkles?
Yeah, Bob. He asked you to get centered and think about a place on Earth and connect to the Earth in your heart, and then connect to the stars. So you're connecting from heaven to your heart to Earth. And then he
Oh,
said,
they like the big one. Yep.
big. Oh, okay.
Everyone said the closer up, closer up.
Okay. So we
To
got
see our beautiful faces. Donna, thank you. Hide the wrinkles, hide the wrinkles.
Just suck it in. Yeah. Bob said I was a female about half the time in my life, which is kind of makes sense. I'm a little bit sensitive, you know.
Yeah, it's good because you have
really
a good balance. You have a good balance there.
I have a very good balance according to my past lives. So it was really interesting. It was a really interesting time I spent with Bob. So if anyone wants to do it, I think it's worth your time.
Yes, you guys.
Find out where you've been. And it all relates to your current life.
And you can ask things about your current life and to help you understand what you're doing here this time around and what you're learning, or how can you better understand and make good choices and going on the right path and stuff. So when I met with him, that's more what I focus more on that than the other.
And I was a farmer most of my life in this one. And then Bob figured out that I was a father, you were the daughter, or the son. Oh, I think he said you were a son. I have to look back. I think so. But we were farmers in Southern Ireland.
Southern Ireland, yeah.
Do you have any connections to farming or tilling the earth or anything?
Tilling the earth. Well, kind of. I mean, you know, my mom grew up on a farm. She, you know, but we didn't live in an area where when I grew up near our land was not farmland, but we lived right next to a dairy farm.
Yeah. Neighborly.
So, literally lived next door to a dairy farm. I loved it.
Well, that could be your sense of being on the old farmstead. Bob found many connections with the military, and I joined the service. And he always found leadership roles. And I've always been kind of a leader with, like, my sports. I was the captain of the basketball team and, you know, those kind of things. And I ran our own local softball team for many years. So I was always kind of in a leadership type role. So it kind of makes sense.
That's cool. I think a lot of the connections that I made with him, they seemed a little mystical, but I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it.
It was very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob said I was a seer type about 8 times in my existence. And it started, what did I say, 20,800 years ago in Atlantis, according to Bob.
Wow. So
it's pretty interesting stuff. Stuff we couldn't figure out.
It is fun. It's a fun journey, guys. I recommend it. I saved up my pennies.
The first topic, let's look at the Sphinx. Egypt, in front of the pyramids. So what was it? Edgar Casey said that the Hall of Records from Atlantis are hidden underneath the right paw. And I think he said something about there's a tomb underneath the Sphinx or something like that.
Under the right palm.
under the right paw of the
So
Sphinx. And when I was getting the energy, I'm thinking he was wrong. So, yep, there's the Sphinx.
there it is.
Length of a football field and like 6 stories tall or something.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. I was looking for a picture so we could see the back of it. There's lots of pictures of the front, but I don't see any pictures from behind to give us a good idea of the area you're talking about.
Right. So there's the, what do you call it? There's the pyramids behind it, and I can't remember how many miles, whatever, but the Sphinx is in front of it. And years and years ago, some of the first Sphinx pictures had a hole in its ear. Okay. Well, there's been a lot of weathering. But another thing I hit.
Yeah, here's a closer one for everybody.
Yeah.
So you can see the terrain.
So the Sphinx looks like a lion. Basically looks like a lion with the face of a person. So my hit, I'm just going to go off my hits first before I do some card throws. My hit was that the Sphinx was built by one of the pharaohs after the pyramids as a symbolization and appreciation to the sun god Ra. That was my hit. Bless you, Catherine. Love and light to you.
Catherine, blessings to you.
So I think when it was done, it was done during the time of a pharaoh that was spiritually adept. You know, he cared. There was other pharaohs that, you know, were just rulers. So I can't remember the pharaoh's name, but it's one of his sons. That's my initial sense, that it was built in honor of the god Ra, you know, and the lion is a figure that would represent, you know, spirituality and strength. But you look at the top of it, it has like a pharaoh's head and a simulated picture of a person.
Like Pharaoh's face, right?
Right, like a pharaoh's face. So I guess first the question is the Hall of Records, like Casey said, underneath the Sphinx? Because currently I was reading that it's flooded, the water table. So they're trying to get water out. They can't get underneath the Sphinx to see what's going on. And, he said there was also like a tomb or some kind of, I don't know, like a sanctuary or something where maybe rituals were done or something. Do you have a visual on that? Did you?
Yeah. So when I'm tapping in over here while you're talking, it would be, and I'm trying to understand when this would be, but it was while they were building it, and you can see, going down steps, but obviously dirt, but going down but they were still in the process of building, and I see that you're right that it would be behind it. I'm seeing it behind this, and at first I'm like, is this like a storage area where they would possibly, keep? But it's big because you can step down into it. People can walk down these steps into it. So it's a big area. It's not And then you go back, part of it's open and then part of it's underneath where you're walking in the back here is what they're showing me. And it was purposed for something. They're showing me a circle around the area, like it, and I don't have the right words, whether it's not like vortex, but sacred. So they're circling around the Sphinx and around the back, but it goes out further, even around it. And that whole area is, I'm using my own words here because I don't understand what the words there would be using, but the sacred. And so meant for, so I wouldn't be surprised if you would find, and they keep showing me this going down. And at first, yeah, so the part that you went down and then went back, that wouldn't be there anymore. I think they would have filled that in, but they had that open so they could work on what they were working on in the back of that area that they walked down into. So that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. To just say what you were saying, we privately said I was seeing, before we got on, I was seeing something behind the Sphinx, like a tomb or some kind of ritualistic area or whatever, and I was seeing there's like maybe tunnels along the side or drainage or something, but as far as the base and underneath it, I see it as full. I don't see anything underneath the Sphinx. And Victoria's asking if it's hollow. I don't think it's hollow. I don't see it as hollow.
I don't sense a hollow.
Like if you watch any other videos, whatever, that archaeologists, they claim there's no way this thing could have been pieced together. It was chipped away and formed out of a limestone. So how could you get a mountain of limestone and then put something underneath it? And I visualized it and asked to look, and all I see is some channels underground underneath. It feels like drainage, and then like a tomb behind it. And I think what you're saying probably is too, is this sacred area behind.
Yeah, and I'd be curious to know if that's how they kind of would have done that. But that front part that was open at the beginning, they would have filled that in after the back part was finished.
Oh, that could be, maybe it was drainage to make that.
Oh,
what I'm seeing there, if it would rain, there could have been some drainage,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
To go out to the sea or whatever, so they could make that underground tomb area. So I guess let's confirm about.
Let's confirm. Let's see what's up.
I guess what's the first concern? Someone asked if it's hollow. I guess like 5 cards to see if it was hollow.
Hollow.
See if what we're seeing is correct.
Hollow.
Thanks, Tiva. And I missed it, but because Debbie was talking.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was chit-chatting. Thank you.
No, I mean, you were in your zone. I mean, someone donated. I was just going to say thank you, whoever it was.
Donna, thank you so much. Blessings to you.
Melissa, Casey said the tunnel ran between the Nile and the pyramid before the Sphinx was built. I do sense a tunnel. So that could be right, Melissa.
And that could be what I'm seeing, because that open part, and then that you go back, it's dark in there. I was trying to follow him back there, but I couldn't get further back.
But I think I sense any tunnel or everything was just done for drainage, I think. I'm not like seeing like underground caverns going from, the pyramids up to the Sphinx. So was it how?
Drawing cards. All right, infant hollow.
I don't think so. I got a couple teamwork cards, which feel more spiritual with the lovers and two of wands.
Do you think like part of it is, or like little parts?
I think what I'm getting here is that chamber. Because I do have the magician here, and that feels like sorcery,
Right.
and spiritual stuff. But as far as the actual thing, hollow, I don't think so. I'm just sensing here with this throw is more about spiritual activity, rituals kind of thing. But as far as hollow, I don't think so. He told me they had discovered an underground area under the Sphinx. The Barb said. I'm seeing it behind, not directly under. The billing for our car was Egyptian. I don't know
Yeah, I feel also they might have had plans to have it, like they wanted to probably maybe burrow up and make some spots, but I don't feel like it totally went through. Like
Yeah.
I don't think their plans didn't come to fruition as far as, they might have had ideas of secret places up in there, but I don't feel like it went through.
Yeah, like I said, it feels like it was weather related or the water table. It just wasn't possible.
Something blocked them from being able to do that. So they had to make it. They had to do something like different, like add on the other room that you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that. What do you call it? Barb said about the driver or whatever. That could have. He just was talking. It wasn't like it was proof, because a lot of stuff is, like psychic manifestations of what people think and pass on too. So we're trying to get the information from there.
Yep.
See what happens. Okay. Next question is the Hall of Records underneath the right paw?
The right paw.
Like Edgar Casey said.
Okay.
And disregard what Bob and I said. No ego. There's a little secret that I talked about with Bob about Egypt, but we got to get rid of that ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Keith. We got snow here too.
None here.
But that's what I got. Cheers. Okay. King of Cups. Feels like Casey. I have 6 of coins. That's assistance. 10 of swords. 4 of coins. And there's the 4. 4 of cups. There's the 4 I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Emperor. Queen of coins. Earth. And moved. So I'm going to say no. The Hall of Records is not underneath the paw. So this is the records of Atlantis we're talking about. So the King of Cups is some kind of source of love and energy and abundance. So working together. 6 of coins is your assistance. It's also dividing up. 10 of swords. That's some change. That's entrapment. That's issues. 10 swords in the back kind of thing.
Yep.
Then I have 4 of coins and 4 of cups. So that's 4 of cups is kind of like being alone, needing to reevaluate. 4 of coins is an establishment. It's like putting your coins or your hall of records within a different place.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's feeling like to me. The Emperor, the Queen of Coins. The Emperor feels like higher authority. The Queen of Coins is Mother Earth. 7 of Coins is movement, establishing. 3 of Cups is your celebration, your security kind of thing, it feels like. And then I have the 3 of Coins on the bottom. Oh, here's this. Then the next one, here's your sun god. Here's your Empress. Yeah, I think, well, you continue. See if we got the same thing here.
Well, yeah, it's a very interesting throw here. I do feel, and that's why I started laughing when I saw that these come down, that being not in one place. It's not in one place. You have where you had to, with the 2 of Pentacles there, where you had to, kind of juggle, put it in different, to keep it not where one you can get it from one, you know what I mean? Not one person could get to it. It needed to be separated out of safety. You have the 2 of Cups, you have the 2 of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Cups coming in. And this is talking about contracts. This is talking about that I'm trying to pull it in with this reading, because with the 2 of Pentacles, it's talking about balancing what you have, up and down, adaptability. And I'm leaning, not that, wrong card, adaptability. I can do this, guys. But with these 2 twos, I really, what immediately felt that they were separated. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
The records from for Atlantis were separated.
Right. They're not in the same place. I feel like, this went this way, and the reasons behind it were because, the safety reasons. And then you have the Ace of Cups, and I feel like this is from above.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
From above.
Like, the Ace of Cups, you have Spirit's hand coming in with the cup, and then you have the dove coming down,
Mm-hmm.
holding a wafer with a symbol on it. I'm seeing there's another hand in this, and that it was separated into different places. And when I check into it to check, I'm not seeing it under the paw, that's for sure. And so when I threw the cards and I saw those two twos pop up, I immediately, again, I'm repeating myself, but I saw that separation in these cards. And then the hand of like a higher perspective hand, a higher hand involved also.
Dang, you got all that from 3 cards, huh?
I did. Because you can, especially with the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles.
So now we'll get to what Bob and I talked about.
Okay.
And I talked to you about it, but so we were talking about Atlantis and what we're reading on tonight with the paw and the Hall of Records, or the records that would explain everything about Atlantis. Well, we know Atlantis was a advanced civilization. And what I was getting before, when I was getting in the energy about it, was like a 4. It was 4 sections and a split around the world, kind of like hidden. But it took all 4 to access these Hall of Records. So Bob started talking about crystals, and he goes, and as soon as I started talking about 4, he goes, well, what I gotten before is that there's 4 crystals that were used, energetically in Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one big crystal, and it was like a source of power. Okay. Crystal, earth, it holds everything. And then we were talking about this 5th crystal, and I immediately got, well, that 5th crystal was taken away. So this power can't be re-upped. Done. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons why, Atlantis was wiped out. So these 4 crystals, and according to Bob, he says 3 of the crystals have been found. You're still looking for one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where. I haven't figured it out, but so it takes these 4 crystals and 4 female interpreters in order to access the information surrounding the complete history of Atlantis. And that's the connection we made with 4. And you were getting higher guidance.
Yeah.
It's like the angels would ever put information in these energetic sources of crystals and scatter them around the planet so this information can't be accessed. So
yeah,
4 crystals and 4 high order type angels, but female energies to access, kind of like looking in a crystal ball.
Yep. And again, I feel like it's not time for us to put that together. When I see these together, it's like, this is all about expansion and our expansion. And, we've been searching, but it's not quite time. And you have this person protecting it right here with the Queen of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, which is very interesting, you have the King of Swords and the 7 of Cups. And you can see it's kind of like the whole plan here was illusions, delusions, trying to keep it hidden.
Keep it hidden, yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of backs up exactly what you guys were talking about.
Nice, mate. Yeah, I mean, it all pieces together when you keep searching. and figuring it out. I mean, we can do our own meditation, and Edgar Casey did his meditations. He gets a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just find it amazing when you try to piece things together doing these mystery theaters, from what information we find before.
Yeah.
Go on that, whether it's real or not.
Should we check and see if we may find out about this soon, or is it going to
If
continue to stay
according to
hidden?
Bob, they found 3.
3.
You
So
think if eventually they find the 4,
will it be in our lifetime?
Then you got to find those 4 female priestesses or whatever to decode them.
So do you think in our lifetime?
No. I think it's maybe 200 years away, maybe, before we're ready to find out what Atlantis is all about completely. They do and they don't, Pam. The navigational crystals are like ruby lasers. Oh, now we're getting into...
Natalie, thank you. Blessings.
Now we're getting into Austin Powers. Send on the lasers.
Oh my gosh.
Lasers with what was it, sharks or dolphins? Dolphins with lasers.
So do you think because this has been a human
fascination
for generations, forever, why do you think? Is it because of the energy that's in those, that we are all connected to that? And what is it about it that draws us to want to know and see it?
I think it's the energetic source of where we all came from. The first known civilization of Atlantis, where it all began.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Andrea's on vacation and we miss her very much.
Yeah. Just taking a little break. I mean, we all need a little decompressing. I need that decompressing if I work too hard in my real job. And then I don't feel like using any energy to read on anything. So we all need to decompress.
So, I just kind of asked some questions and a question. And, I feel like we'll continue to get bits and pieces. But the reason that we won't be able to, in at least this lifetime, get to see it and learn all about it is because we're not ready. This is what we would do with it. And so we're not ready for the full information that would come out. But we'll still get bits and pieces.
It's kind of like our alien friends coming down on the mothership. We're not ready.
Not quite ready.
It might be a little bit of a shock to the system to have our Independence Day.
Right. Yeah. To all of a sudden, well, especially this beautiful community, we have an idea, but to actually experience it, in this
right
3D or whatever.
Tugboat Annie thinks Lemuria came before Atlantis. My senses say no.
Lemuria.
Yeah. There was Lemuria too. There's Lemurians.
Would the Lemurians be connected to the Mount Shasta?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think
I'm just checking in over here.
But yeah, I think there's Lemurian energy living in Mount Shasta.
Okay, because I'm not, you guys don't shoot me, but I'm not like highly educated in all this mystery stuff. I love it, but when I checked in over here, I could just see my guide showed me my I have a rock that I actually got from Shasta. It's like this big rock, and they were showing me that. I'm like, Shasta, and I'm like, would have they been part of this? So they were part of Shasta.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that Shasta is a spiritual place, so I know that much. But I thought that was interesting.
No. I tossed 5 cards if Lemuria was before Atlantis, and I get a no. There were energetic beatings. There was fighting and chaos. And then a balancing of their society, and then loss. And those are negative cards. No real yeses on that, but it just shows their society and what they went through. Doesn't feel long lasting, but they are energetic beings.
Now, would I be out of bounds to say that
Hey, Inquisitive Tarot Sheila. I have listened to the Seth materials. That is an incredible thing.
the what material?
Jane Roberts channeled an entity called Seth. The first book is like 28 hours listening to it.
Okay.
So this entity talks about everything.
Oh, how cool.
Jesus, Lemurians, Atlantis, everything.
Ooh.
It's really interesting. And according to that entity, the Christ spirit is actually a combination of 3 people. So Jesus of Nazareth was a person, but the Christ entity is actually a combination of 3.
Oh.
So I mean,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he suggested that Jesus of Nazareth did not die and lived a life away from that area. That it was and a lot of it was a manifestation. Like a lot of stuff that you see in the Bible and other religions are a manifestation of other people than what actually happened.
Oh, interesting.
So I mean it was really interesting. The Seth materials.
Yeah, this and it
like 1972 or something like that.
72.
Jane Roberts. Yes, right, Gigi. That's why 3 is a holy number.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Yep.
The entity of 3.
I feel like the Lemurians had a hard time balancing everything here. That it was a rough time, a rough go here. But I feel like I feel like others tried to help settle them. But I'm not seeing that it worked. Like eventually they had to maybe head out, but I'm not seeing that it worked. Would that be true?
I mean, their society or what?
Yeah, whatever they were trying to build here, was it Shasta or wherever? But someone said the Pacific.
I think so.
They were having a bit of a rough time, and eventually, possibly having to. This camera's backwards, guys. Head out, would that make sense to the story? Because again, I'm like a newbie. Okay.
The Lemurians don't feel like as long of an existence as the
Okay.
Atlantis.
Okay.
It feels very short-lived. They almost feel like they were all angelic. You know? I guess I haven't researched the Lemurians quite as much. But are we good on this Sphinx? And
I think so.
Anything else, or
I didn't see any more questions coming up regarding the Sphinx or the Lemurians. All right.
it's a cool topic, but
Or did I miss some of the comments? Because regarding the possibility of actually the records being split, and I missed any comments on that, but wow, that just makes sense, doesn't it?
yeah. Guarding the secrets of Atlantis by splitting it up in 4 different crystals.
Okay, so now we're looking at, is it Michaela?
Yeah. All right. See if we can figure out what happened to poor Michaela Valley. Missing since 2016 in Saskatchewan. It is believed she was abducted by someone she met on social media. Kind of an introverted girl. She walked, where she go? They said she went to like she left class on the other side of town. She walked to a bank, would do $55, headed to a pawn shop, tried to sell a ring. You know,
There she is, guys. This is Michaela.
she used the phone at a restaurant. And trying to remember where the last place. Read where the last place I went.
I think it was.
Thanks you. Streaming. She went back to school at noon, left at 12. 12 was the last time camera spotted her.
And here she is.
Her phone died 7 hours later.
Here she is. This is her last being caught on camera. This is at the coffee shop.
So the slush fund money at home was not touched. Backpack could only hold clothes for 2 days. They couldn't figure out about any online connections.
This was 2016.
4 years ago. No trace. No one knows. I remember where they said they last seen her going to.
Yeah, she withdrew some money, but not like a lot. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like
She had like $55 and supposedly tried to pawn a ring.
That's right, the ring.
But she couldn't pawn the ring because she was underage or something like that.
And for those of you just popping in, it's Michaela.
Michaela Valley.
Bali, B-A-L-I, Michaela.
Her friends said she would talk about leaving the town for the big city, but didn't pay too much attention. So, that's all we know.
And that's pretty much what you look like at the time of disappearance.
Strange throw. It feels like she had worries, internal worries, anxieties. It feels like she didn't like her home life for some reason. She wanted to get away from mom and dad. I don't know if she had a dad, but there's a man showing up here. She wanted to get away, and it feels like she was going to meet a woman. Someone online, like a friend from the big city or someone online, but it feels female that she was talking to. But that's not who took her. It feels like a trap from a female that kind of convinced her life was no good. But a male took her. Are you sensing a train? You think a train? Because it feels like she was either taken on a train or moved or taken near a train.
She definitely was moved.
Yeah.
Let me know when you want me
That
to.
could be it. It could be something like that, Melissa. Like she was catfished, like targeted online.
Absolutely targeted online. I see that she is tied up. I see that there's other people there that are tied up as well. She's not alone. Pammy, I feel like catfish means like she was taken, duped,
like
online.
Emotional stalking. Yeah, it's like
it's an emotional stalking, and then they take.
they're not a real person.
And I just was working with someone that it happened to. She was doing a dating thing online. Met someone on what was it, christianfish.com or something, and she was giving
someone else
$8,000.
Go to meet, and it wasn't that. So this person feels like they manipulated her to think her life was horrible at home and needed to come. Let's get away.
Oh my gosh, Mei Yang, that happened to her online. Yeah, on Plenty of Fish. I think it was the same one that it happened to this other person. Maybe it was Plenty of Fish. It was one of the Christian ones. Let me know, Scott, when you want me to tap into her more. She's
If you can, I don't really got her.
okay.
That's where it stops for me, is like a train or near a train, and then I don't see anymore.
So I'm asking her to tell me the story. And the picture she's showing me is, she's sitting, of course, it's underground or somewhere like that, but she's tied up. Her hands, her arms are tied and stuff like that. So she's just showing me that it was a setup, that she was promised something else, and steps right into this. I feel like she had a right before the meetup, she was starting to feel something was really wrong, but her desire to for what they were offering was, she was trying to hold on to that dream, but she had a sense that something was way off, and almost backed out. But I'm sensing that it cost her her life, unfortunately. I mean, I'm only saying that because I'm talking to her on this side, and this side is, I talk to people from the other side.
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering, because I didn't see her alive, and you're kind of feeling like when you were talking that she was, but I don't see her alive. I don't know my geography where Saskatchewan is, but it feels like the other side of the country. Not close.
Where was she taken?
She was from Saskatchewan, wherever that is. I don't know where that is. If it's on the west coast or east coast, I don't know which, but it feels like she was. It feels like she was taken by train, or I keep seeing a train. I don't know why.
It could be near train tracks too.
Well,
could be near train tracks, because I'm seeing, because what she's kind of saying is where she is showing me is in New York. That's why I was wondering where she was taken.
Okay, they're saying Saskatchewan's on the west coast, near Montana, so it feels like she's on the east coast. Her body is.
Yeah, because she's saying, I'm getting New York. I just have to go with what I'm being told, right? I don't have to question everything. Yeah, I'm wondering if this underground place is near a train. Like maybe the train going by, you know what I mean? over top of you maybe, or around you, or near the track.
Yorktown, Saskatchewan. I don't know. To get any much more, I'd need maps and to see. But so you think New York was just a symbol for East Coast?
It could be. I don't know. They're saying since is she was from Canada?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay? So, yeah, I don't know how they'd get her. It could be from that, but it literally feels New York.
Hmm.
I just don't know how they'd get her to New York, but that's what I feel like.
Yeah, crossing the border. Yeah.
I can tell you that from the moment she knew, she literally continued to try to figure out ways to get away.
Yeah.
So I did throw some cards too to kind of, and you're right, her whole dream was to get away. And there was hope of a love attachment as well. And you have the King of Pentacles and the world. So it was being offered to her, but it didn't end up that way. But she did like what she was showing me, but it was not a win-win situation for her at all. It was something she couldn't win against, but she certainly, and this is what she was telling me here, from the moment she knew, she was trying, however, to get away. But I want to see if I can find out more information that would help in this case.
Melissa didn't think she left Saskatchewan alive. So it could have been like I don't know. I'm sensing movement on a train, like a cargo train or something, and then somehow moved to an area and then taken off. Might have been in like a box or something, but then disposed of somewhere else.
I feel it was part of a bigger thing, but
I think it'd be really tough to figure out where. Yeah, it could, like Melissa said, the body's not found. It could be anywhere, but it almost feels like it started out to be possible trafficking, but I don't think it got there.
pendulum getting that she rusty boxcar. There's somebody.
I think Melissa's on the right target too.
Yes, Amy. That's
just said that. I felt like it started out to be trafficking, but it didn't work out that way. She fought back or something, but
she definitely fought back. But I do see her. I mean, I'm trying to get the full story from her, and it's in bits and pieces. It's not strong energy here. Yeah. I also get that she's still alive, but can't verify any of it. I mean, that's what Inquisitive says.
I read that.
I mean,
Melissa,
that might be why I'm not getting it too strong over here.
Melissa doesn't think she's alive. I don't think she's alive.
Okay. Because usually if I'm tapping into a spirit, then they really bring me a lot of information.
Sheila said that's what the news said, that they think she's alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The first thing I try to do is look at someone's, if they have aura. I try to think of the person and then show me if they have aura. And if I see all dark and black, they're gone. That's my senses, whether I hear yes or no. I try to look for their aura. But I think she was moved, and she either was near a train or was on a train, or like Melissa said, something like a boxcar. But
yeah, I'm not going to be able to verify life or death because I feel that life has not been, it was not good. Or if she's alive, it's, I feel a bit of a trafficking thing going on here.
Annie doesn't think alive. Linda don't think she's alive.
So I'll just tell you, so I'm not going to be able to connect in life or death on this one because I'm getting to her, it probably doesn't feel like she's living if she's alive, right? But I do feel a trafficking thing. I feel like it's almost like it's turned into like a, what I'm seeing here, it's turned into, what is that called when you get attached to your person who takes you and it becomes a syndrome?
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome deal. That's the story she's kind of showing me. Thank you, Jay.
I don't know. She could be in transition, horrified of the event. Yep. That's 4 years. That's a long time. I see her, like buried in bones. I don't see life. I don't know.
And now she's showing me the numbers 216.
Interesting.
Brooke.
Could be an area code.
Brookhurst. Brooke.
I pulled 3 cards if she's passed or not. Tower, New Journey, and 10 of Swords.
There you go.
I don't think she's alive.
There you go.
No, those 3. Queen of Coins sent to Earth. Yeah. 10 of Cups seems like heaven, home, sent back home.
Two. Arlene says that's Ohio.
216 is Ohio.
area
You're trying to
code.
get a name of a town or something there? You're
I was trying to get a
pulling
name,
out
but
a B or something.
it starts with a B. B, I want to say R. Brew. I don't know, guys. Brookhurst.
Oh,
Just
I forgot when I was thinking of her earlier. I did get she was alive for maybe 3 years.
okay.
So this could be.
So
Yeah.
she's getting the
It could be recent passing.
Brookwood.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that could be. So she's just showing me. I'm just going to watch at this point. Thank you, Inquisitive.
No problem. It is. These are tough subjects.
These are tough. Brook something, guys. I hope that helps.
It feels like it's over by New York area, whatever, but above Buffalo or New York State.
Over that, it's over there.
Above there, but maybe a little bit more west. So it feels like maybe traffic to a big city. She could have been,
Burkhurst.
drugged or whatever for quite a while,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, because she kept trying to. Her whole thing was getting away, but then it wasn't. Then it wasn't about getting away. It was like I was saying, that whole. There is a Brookwood, Ohio. Okay, Renee.
I don't think she was out of Canada.
See, I saw her in.
And like take a small town girl and use her in a big city kind of thing.
Because she gave me the area code 216, and I have no idea what that is. And then the Brookwood. So Brookwood, that sounds. That connects.
Yeah. Skyrider, yeah, they did bust a ring in Ohio a couple months ago.
Oh, so there was a ring there too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I don't know. I don't sense she made it out of Ohio, but maybe you're right.
Brook Park, Ohio would be 216. Well, I'm from San Diego. I don't know all these, but I'm so glad you all know that. So I don't know if that, maybe I can let me see if I can get her to show me an address.
Hi, ma'ams.
Hi, Mims. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's as far as she's taken me.
Well, if you're going to Ohio, I'm out. I'm not sensing United States.
Right. No, that's fine. That is totally fine. Bear Creek.
Hmm. I don't know. The cards say you might be right. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, bad man, fighting, and then death.
Hmm.
When you're talking about Ohio, and that's what I asked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's not a communicator.
Um,
Or her energy is
so,
not good enough to.
I mean, I don't know if they've looked in the area of Bear Creek. As far as where they might be able to find her now.
Sheila, that name sounds familiar. I don't know if I've read on it before or I was going to. That Catherine Hoggle. It sounds familiar, but I wrote it down. I think we ought to just move on.
All right. So the last thing I'm going to throw out is
there might be a connection to Ohio. I wasn't shown going over the border, but something about a train I was getting, but
so if people are taking notes and following these cases, if to look, if they are looking for I feel like you said the police. I guess the police are still looking for a live person, but maybe to find her in the Bear Creek. I'm getting Bear, if there is such a place, a Bear Creek area. And then I'm gonna. She worked hard to bring what she did, so thank her for coming through. All right. So now we were going to read on something.
The Philadelphia experiment?
The Philadelphia experiment, yes.
Yeah. Missing persons are tough. So, the Philadelphia experiment, what was it? Your phone on? I was hearing an echo.
I don't have my phone on.
Okay. The USS, what was it? Bear Creek, Southern Arizona. Yeah. What are you sitting out, Melissa? Crazy time travel, yeah. I wrote it in the description or whatever earlier, but the USS Eldridge, 1943. They tried to supposedly use a device to cloak it and teleport a ship with people on it, to another location. Some say it's a hoax. Some say there was people disillusioned and messed up in the mind forever from whatever they tried to do. Some people say there was bodies seized in the hull. But if you have a ship, you think you'll see that, and that one, unless the ship just sunk. But Don't think so.
Here's the ship if anybody wants to connect to the energy of it that are going to read along.
So what was described defies any physical laws. So supposedly there was some kind of device that made it energetically change. Sheila said she read that story in grade school and got scared and put it down.
Ooh.
So yeah, do you see people or read about people getting fused to a body hull? Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Oh, really?
But there's no conclusive evidence. You know, maybe the Navy hid it all, covered it up.
Oh, here you go. Yeah. Whom were fused with the ship's hull. Wow. Kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Or was that what it's called? Not the Pirates of the Caribbean. You guys know what I'm talking about. When they became part of the ship.
So timelines are a little bit off for logs and when the ship was actually commissioned. And the Office of Naval Research says it's complete science fiction.
Oh, of course.
But of course, the government ain't going to admit to
That's
it.
right. They're going to go, oh, yeah, this really happened.
So I guess let's see if, well, this is before any alien technology supposedly found. This is before Roswell.
It's 1955, right?
I think Roswell crashes in 47.
Oh, okay.
Like that. And this is in 43, supposedly.
Oh, 43, October 28th,
So
1940.
this is before any known that I've heard of anyway. Ancient technology of spacecraft crashes. You know, maybe it was some kind of stolen technology from Tesla or something. So I guess, what do you want to try first? Was there an experiment on this ship?
Yeah. Let's try that first.
You think there had to be some kind of experiment to get some kind of story out, right?
Yeah, because I have a lineup of guys right here. They're all like, you know how they're light white little t-shirts and they're, you know, they want to tell the story. And so there's a few of them here. So there's there is some definite stuff going on. But there is an excitement around it. Like there is excitement around what was going on. And to be a part of this, top secret thing. There's three of them, but there's this one main guy, and you can tell he's like a character. But he's bringing in that whole, oh yeah, there's stuff going on. But like you wouldn't imagine. Some of the guys didn't want to have anything to do with it. Renee said instead of cloaking the ship vanished. When it returns, there are sailors embedded in the hull.
That was the story.
Wow.
So there was some kind of contraption on board. And I think the purpose was to cloak, try to make it energetically visible, something like that. I don't think it was meant to be, like a time machine, right?
Yeah.
But to create some kind of energetic field, thinking that it would vibrate so fast it would, like disappear, kind of, and then they could just.
Did they not think that when they did that the humans are made out of energy too?
No, obviously not.
Yeah.
And what this created was death, and those that did survive were whacked out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of loss. The overall cards that flopped out are the illusion delusion, which makes sense. It was,
Mm-hmm.
trying to create, like a cloaking machine kind of thing. But the rest of them are all about loss and heartbreak and the after effects. New journey, loss, and then three of swords.
Mm-hmm.
More emotional loss. The center reading is the four of swords. So that's another walking away, taking a step back kind of thing. Two of swords, crossing over. And the outcome's kind of weird moving on from there. Because I had the world, King of Wands, and strength. That's moving forward after the effects.
Mm-hmm.
That has me a little bit confused. Getting that, something may have happened beyond that energetic kind of cloak. Because that world is making me feel and suggest that people didn't stay there, right? It's not feeling like a spiritual card, like they died and went to heaven kind of thing.
Right.
It feels like people actually moved. I don't think the ship moved, but it may have warped people, like sent them in a different warp quickly or something. It actually feels like it did do something.
Mm-hmm.
Because the King of Wands is like an energetic force. Strength is a force. But then we have the world. So world is many things. Like if you're thinking about the Navy, it's stationed around the world, So we're talking about people on a ship and world. I don't sense the ship moved. I think people actually did move somehow. Six. And once it makes it even weirder in the end, I have the Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Wands, Six of Coins, and Six of Cups. So I got 2 6s.
Oh, interesting.
Assistance, Queen of Wands, energetic, Wheel of Fortune. I wonder if this is still a secret program. Because I think it did something at the cost of the people that died.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it feels like
that helps me understand what I am getting all over here. I'm kind of waiting for you to.
I think people actually disappeared.
Yeah.
They never came back. Whatever they did. You know what I mean? It may have had something to do with something found with Tesla or Einstein or something, and they tried it. I don't think people were like seized in the hall or anything. They were just gone. They just disappeared. They might be living in another timeline yet or something. I consider the Wheel of Fortune in the world two of the top two cards.
Mm-hmm.
Energetic, culmination, fate, things coming full circle, things happening.
Okay, so because they keep showing me the paper, so I just was like, well, show me what's on the paper. I know that you guys were calculating and it was off. And so so specifically what I'm being shown, and you can help me with this, understand, maybe I can draw it. Maybe I should draw it. I'm not Cash Peter, guys, so don't expect Cash Peters here. It's like he keeps pointing at this. Okay. So you have like a cone shaped thing that they're pointing at, and they're this part to this part is off. Does that make sense? So I don't know anything about what they're showing me. So this is all just like literally what I'm seeing. So they're showing this part and calculations, and but I don't know why they'd be showing me a cone shaped thing that is going like this. They're showing this spinning here, this spinning part,
mm-hmm.
and this calculation to this calculation to that. Anyway, something went wrong. I wish I could understand what they're saying, you guys.
Yeah, it's like Back to the Future. The flux time capacitor or whatever was created.
A dunce cap. Yep, that's what I was thinking. It wasn't calculated right. I love that. Oh, that makes sense. Anyway.
It's so weird.
I'm sure there's more to it, but they were trying to show this dunce what they're showing on the paper. Anyway, you know what the essence with this, Scott, is that they're all excited about this. Like this is something that they were in. Maybe not all of them, but the ones here. The main thing I'm pulling from this is they were excited about this, and this was big. And if it went, then it was like going to be like mind blowing if it worked. But I do also sense that, like you said, that this is still this was, they did not shut the book on this. This is still moving forward.
Probably it's government.
Yeah, true. But yeah, and so I threw some cards too. They were putting together this project, but it just wasn't all there. Like there's something missing, of course, with that. But they partnered up with someone. maybe from like you said, not from here, but there's a partnership in here. This is the challenge. The powers didn't come to, it didn't work here. It didn't work on this plane.
Yeah.
And then, there you go. You have it. Regrets. But I see it it's still continuing. And I feel like they've had some success that we don't know about right now.
Dang.
Yeah. I feel that there has been success now. How many years later? Was it 19?
Why didn't they just try it on a car instead of a naval ship? No,
1943. Let's see. Interesting.
Project Rainbow. Unified field theory has never been proven. And I definitely sense magnetism. Some kind of, I don't know.
Well,
when I look at it, I see like something spinning like crazy, something about like magnets, and then the whole thing just going like this, and then like poof, like half the people don't even come back. They're just gone. Some that are left are like screwed up. Whoever was like closest to this thing kind of thing just probably went in this cone and just went kind of like going to heaven, but energetically wrong.
Yep, Ms. May. Yeah, well, they're definitely having success now.
Ugh. It definitely was an experiment. I guess the only thing I'm not getting is people in the hall. I think
embedded in the hall.
Yeah, I don't think there was anyone embedded in the hall. I think they disappeared. Probably a worse torture than being abducted and not coming back.
I'm checking in with the guys over here. I'm not getting a positive on that. Like I'm not getting that people were embedded in the hull.
I mean, that would be hard to keep quiet, because then there'd be a hole in the ship. Well, I suppose they could get them out and then cover it up, I guess, or make a new door.
So May Yang is asking Debbie, when you say they're having success now with the program, where are they now?
Underground bases, probably.
Yeah. Secret government places, In
the well, there's one guy that claims there's like 160 underground bases in the States alone.
Wow. That'd be hard to build.
He died in 1999 of unknown reason.
Oh.
He was speaking. What the heck's his name? Steve Erickson, I think. Something like that. But he started speaking about all these underground bases. He helped with the technology to make these bases.
Mm-hmm.
And he said through alien technology, he helped create this laser that dug out in mountains.
Oh.
And he was saying that by using this laser, it would turn the rock into powder, and then it would fuse on the side of the wall. So you wouldn't need like standards or anything. It created its own hull. So I can't remember that guy's name. Was Steve something or other. And he said when he was working with the laser, and and one of the videos, he pulled up his hand, and he goes, "The laser caught my hand." He only had this much of a hand.
Ooh.
It was lasered straight through. So that's kind of hard to, I suppose he could have chainsaw or something, but that's what he said. He was sitting there talking, and he goes,
well, with a chainsaw, it'd be pretty pretty raw cut too.
But
Don,
it's a pretty interesting story. And then there was another guy that I seen a video of, and he was saying there's 160 bases in mountains.
wow,
In the States alone, there's probably 1,000 plus around the world, all in
interesting.
mountains and secret bases.
Well, in all the fun movies, they always have the underground bases and stuff. Anyways, Don Broadbent says the acronym DUMB equals Deep Underground Military Bases. Dumb. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to say yep on that one. Got the hermit. Deep underground.
Yeah. Maria, kind of like a plasma cutter, except it would make the rock into powder. And somehow by swirling or whatever, he claims it would fuse against the wall, kind of like plaster drying instantly. So you wouldn't need any. He said it was alien technology.
Right.
But he goes, we have this technology now, these lasers.
Wow.
It would seal the outer wall, to go in and cavern, and you sit there. Poof, you got a room and it just seals. So that's what he claimed.
I love it. I love it.
Since there's, underground bases all over.
Yeah, Barb, why didn't he molecularly reconstruct his hand?
With a laser?
Well, if you're working with the ETs, wouldn't they be able to just...
Good point. I don't know. He didn't have super glue on him.
Ooh, very true. A friend's son goes underground to work. He's into IE. Interesting.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Connie said Glowforge machine. Never heard of it. She wants one of those.
Oh, wow. GGB says, I worked with a nurse who put her hand in the microwave before the beeping stopped. She had a bizarre, almost hole in the center of her hand. She said it was when microwaves were first made available to homes.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, interesting.
Crazy. Biogenetics. Lori wants her leg hair fused. Oh, a 3D printer. Neat. Yeah, that's amazing how they can be made.
That's weird, Barb. I don't see him in red over here. So if you're seeing him in red, it's only on your side. Okay, so we are looking next into, did we fill this one up?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, so now.
It was Lucienne's request for Andrew
Jarsic. Yeah.
Looking back. I think he went out partying and then went for a run.
Yeah, he went out. He was at I think even with his sister, right? They were out at the bar, and then he went home. And I think someone saw him having to, like, he locked himself out, so he's having to climb in. And then later he went for a run, like in the middle of the night.
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Disappearance remains unclear. It was
Yeah.
found in the Hudson River.
So here he is. So if anybody wants to connect into his energy. Good guy.
What? Beth disappeared. What you talking about, Melissa? Yeah, Lucian said he was found in the Hudson River several weeks later. His fiance. Yeah, fight with his fiance or left? What was that?
No?
I was reading what Lucian said.
Oh,
He was adorable.
yeah, he seems adorable. Still a mystery. He was on the football team, played every sport, but landed on football. And his sister says he would always help her with her math homework because she wasn't that good at it, but he was. So very normal, typical dude.
Lucian thinks maybe he was fighting with an ex of the girlfriend or something, a guy much bigger.
Here's another picture of him.
Well, if you hid Beth, Melissa, she should come back in 5 minutes. Yeah, show my friend.
He was known as the salt of the earth type of guy who cared deeply for his family and his friends. Intentions you never questioned, whose work ethic you strived to match, whose opinion you valued.
Yeah. Came back, he was intoxicated, went for a run. Weeks later, found in the river. And that's about it.
He had been training for a marathon.
Okay. Hoboken, the police deemed it a suicide. Lucian thinks it was a jealous, different guy. Connie thinks crime of passion.
So according to here too, it shows it was just an accident. They think it was just an accident. He was intoxicated and fell in the. It's what the police kind of.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the link, Sheila, in the description. If you want to click on it.
So 10 cameras were not working that night. They hadn't been functioning for a while, actually, on the waterfront. We would have known more about what happened if those cameras were working. And they are, I don't know when this article is written, but they're fixing those cameras because of this case.
Okay. Lucienne said she channeled the event. She said she went to the Hoboken police and channeled the event and saw a guy with a black van.
Okay.
Out running. Saw him on one camera. Why didn't they get him? Definitely get a male was involved. Seems to work better for me when I throw down cards and then I can get in the energy. Oh, wow. Lucianne thinks she saw the vision of the killer last spring. Oof. Okay.
You know, I'm not getting a sense that he knew the killer. I don't know if he had a blow to the head that he didn't see it coming. And the thing I'm trying to understand is, you know, he wouldn't have had any money or anything like that.
Right.
So why him, and why would they pull him? Curious if this was a like if he was caught up in something.
Wow. Lucianne.
I'm missing what she's saying, but I'll scroll back and look. But I keep seeing also, I do see like a covering over the face. And being pulled into something. So like he didn't see it coming. I do sense but I feel like they knocked him out.
I'm trying a different throw. I'm not okay. Tapping in with the first throw. But I am getting a guy, it feels like fighting, and feels like there was some kind of brief fighting. Words thrown around.
Struggle. Yeah.
But the original intent was just to take a run, you know. So it wasn't like it was planned. I'm not sure why the fight, an argument with this other male figure happened. I'm going to try to clarify what I got here. 2 a.m. is snowing. Ooh, that's cold.
And snowing. Why would you go for a run?
Pulled into a van. And
I know he was training for a marathon. You know, I did ask him about the run, and he says, what I sensed from what he was he wanted to run it off because he had been drinking, and it helps clear, and he wanted to run it off.
Walking home from the bar.
Melissa, he went home from the bar. In fact, he was locked out of his apartment apparently, and he was climbing through, and he fell off and disturbed the neighbors. And the neighbors, he's like, "I'm so sorry, I drank too much, and I'm locked out trying to get back in." So that all happened. He went home first, and then he went back out to go for this run. Yeah. Yeah.
Tower. You think he witnessed a kidnapping? And the guy had to take him out too?
That might be.
Because I'm clarifying, and I got Lovers, and the Queen of Wands comes up again, talking about a woman. And then I have imprisonment and the Tower moment. And that made me feel that on his run, he was witnessing a guy take a woman. Because my original throw, I got an Emperor and Empress. And then 9 of coins. And those two together make me feel like this Emperor, this guy, wanted a woman. Like, it feels like he was witnessed a kidnapping. Mm-hmm. And he had to take care of Andrew.
I am getting the chills on that one. And I
got the end here. It feels like, something to do with possible trafficking again, because we got the world and many people here with the 9 of Cups. This is like a lot of people. That guy was going after a woman and then take her away. So I think that's what I got confused with the story. I was trying to search for him, but it was telling me about why he,
Yeah.
Why it happened. So I think it's like he came up upon a possible kidnapping or something, and he had to take care of him and her, probably. So it was probably a woman missing too. I don't know. But this woman, this Queen of Wands, this woman person keeps popping up on the clarify and the end.
Yeah, because I'm still getting, what he's showing me over here, like, again, kind of caught in something that at the wrong place at the wrong time, or
yeah, he was there. You're right there. Yeah.
And I feel that, yeah. But, again, he's showing me the thing over his face. But I'm also feeling kind of I don't know if, like a blow on the back of like something knocked him out. And that's kind of the last thing he remembers. But I do feel like he was on the up and up. Then I threw some cards as well to kind of understand the story deeper, like you were saying. And I have the 10 of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant. And that to me would be that this would be talking about protecting someone who It wasn't, you know, if it was like this, someone stabbed him in the back and it was him. I feel like,
Right.
yeah, when it's showing like this and with the hair font, he was trying to do the right thing by somebody else.
Yeah, I think so. So the guy I saw in the spring was not his ex. What do you mean, Lucienne? His ex? I don't think he was connected to anyone. I think he came up on a possible kidnapping, but he was kind of in a state. You
He
know,
also may have tried to help someone else at a different time. I don't know. He's not showing me any of the other scene except him being taken. But the part of the story that we're getting here is that it was like he was trying to help somebody else, or he was witness to something. Um,
he had a male lover before his fiance. Oh, male lover. Oh, so he's bisexual, supposedly?
I'll see
Or
if I can get more information.
gay? No, I don't think anyone was involved that he knew. I think he came onto a crime scene and tried to help, and he ended up where he was. The overall of the reading is 6 of coins. Assistance. He came to help. King of coins. He came to help.
Yeah. Either way, he was caught into something that generated from a good place, but ended him in a bad place.
Yeah. His sexual orientation had nothing to do with what happened. Not what I'm getting, anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't see that either. He's not showing me any of that.
Now I wonder if there was any woman missing at that time frame. I mean, missing.
Yeah, he's not showing me anything else here.
No, I don't think this occurred near the river. I think Lucien's right. He was thrown in there later. Because I'm asking and trying to figure out, where this happened, and I'm not seeing river. It's like kind of like a back alley. He's just running and kind of like sees some screaming or something, and he tries to help. "12 other psychics called and said similar to yours."
I have to read her info. Let me go up here, Lucian, and see what.
I mean,
do you remember?
The info way up there.
Okay. See, you should send her an invite so she can tell us all the info. No, he was in running clothes. Yeah. 2 a.m. and snowing. A van. Oh, then I saw the actual killer in the spring, standing by the river, staring at the water where I think Andrew was thrown in. Did the killer have dark hair? He put him in a black garbage bag and then returned him to the river weeks later. We saw him on one camera. I'm reading this all backwards. Oh, that's as far as I see. Yeah, Sheila. So we get the information. It's just how we interpret it different, right? So the information coming through is right. It's just how we're interpreting.
Yeah, I'm getting he dumped him 2 to 3 days later. Not sure about the vehicle, but it does look like a van or a truck. It's not a car.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that. Yeah, Lucienne said she might have seen him. I don't think so. I don't think that was him. I think the bigger question is if there was another person missing around that time frame. Because this woman keeps popping up in my mind. The one he tried to help. Police weren't using psychics. They call in on their own. Gotcha.
Oh, they called it a suicide. No, it was not a suicide.
Lucianne, did you think it was a black man or a white man? I'm seeing a black guy.
I'm only getting dark hair. I don't see the person, just dark hair.
Lucianne thinks it's a white man, large hair.
Large with dark hair. That's what I'm getting. Well, the car used is parked in a garage. Not that that's going to help anybody. All the garages in New York look this. Where is this? Where was this done? But either way, Hudson River. Is that New Jersey or New York? Anyways,
New Jersey.
It's in one of those garage, but it is. I can say it's underground. It's not up above. It's like you would drive down to the lower part. Not that that would help anyone. I'm trying to get more information on this, Lucian, for you. The license plate. I feel like the license plate would be like a golden yellow, gold, like a goldie. What state would that be from? Gold. Who knows? There's probably, everybody has a, Massachusetts?
I don't know. I'm not getting domestic disturbance. Maybe that's why I think it's maybe a black man, because I'm getting this shown like an alley, like you hear something down an alley. I'm not seeing a home, or maybe it was right outside a home or something. But it was all dark, so maybe that's why I'm getting black. I don't know. So I'm not seeing after the fact. Kind of hiding things on me.
Oh, so no, it would be, yeah, gold. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm seeing that like that goldy color license plate with black writing on it. And of course, I don't know. I mean, I wonder if a lot of people have, a lot of states have that, but that's what I'm seeing for the back of this car. Oh,
Interesting that another woman was killed
in a parking garage here a few months ago at 2
a
a.m.
few months ago. Maybe that's
I'm going to look, see if I can find this license plate, what it looks like. Yeah, so there's a color. That's the gold color I was seeing with the dark writing. So that is a New York license plate. Not that that helps. But again, in the garage, but it wouldn't be up above, it would be down below. Hi, Sharon Lee.
Hi, Sharon.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I can't get the numbers. I'm so sorry.
Dang.
I'm going to see if you can take me out onto the street here. So there's not a lot of traffic on this street. It would be, so it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a thoroughway. Is that what you call them? This wouldn't be in New Jersey though, where this is parked. So I don't know how it would even help, but I can see the I can see the left side of the very far away, but I can not very far away, but well, whatever. You all figured this out. I don't know. Like I can see that it's the left side of the Statue of Liberty's face, but there's buildings there kind of in between. But if you were able to get where the buildings weren't there, you could see the left side. So I don't know where that would be in the city. It's off in the distance. I know there's like buildings and there's a park in between, but there's the Statue of Liberty is what I'm seeing. I don't know. But that's where the van is parked. And I don't know how that would help.
These are always tough when you don't see streets or even there.
Exactly. I'm trying to have them show me the street.
Statue of Liberty, not far away.
Okay. Well, it's the left side of the. I don't know how that. The reason I'm pointing that out because it can. Whether it's north, south, whatever. Look at New Jersey plates. Okay.
JD, we already looked at the Delphi murders.
Oh my God.
You mean
that's exactly it.
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, me, and Kathy looked at the Delphi murders. Remember those two girls?
Yes, we did. We did. So you can
go back there.
So you can go to my channel, JD. It would be on. Were we on my channel that week or yours?
Oh, I think I was on mine.
Okay, so Scott's channel, we did one. It was.
It was probably early December. Yeah, like December 5th, I think.
Yeah, you can look back on his vids where it was a Saturday and
Saturdays. I don't think it says the exact date.
But it wouldn't say Mystery Theater. It would be.
Oh, Renee's got it. 9/9.
There you go. Yay, Renee. Yay, Renee.
It was that long ago? Oh my Lord.
Just, yeah, this is crazy. It was this exact same color. This is exactly what I was seeing.
Yeah, okay. Saturday night with Debbie, me, and Kathy did a few cold cases.
Yep.
I can't believe it's been that long ago. Wow.
I know. All right. Well, we've gone almost 2.5 hours.
Well, you want to do that last one quick? But
the pyramids of Cuba.
The pyramids underneath the ground in Cuba. It shouldn't take long.
Okay, let's check it out.
It's been long. It was spotted in 2001, and then the article I found is re-upping it, but basically nothing's been done on it. They haven't searched. They went down. I don't know if Cuba's blocking. The one thing I seen was they took some kind of sample, and the person who investigated that sample basically only said, "Wow, that's interesting." That's all I heard on it. That's all I could find. But it definitely looks like pyramids, some kind of structures down there. There's other structures all over, found. So it looks like pyramids and some kind of other structures.
Okay.
So they got to go down. So
let's go
I want
check
to
it
know
out.
if
Lucienne, I wanted to let you know that he, I said thank you to him for coming in to help us tonight. Okay, pyramids. Let's check in. Pyramids.
So I guess the question was if it's part of Atlantis or another civilization.
It's a part of Atlantis.
It obviously went underneath water. Yes, this is the underwater pyramids around Cuba. Yes, Don.
So any word on how they got underneath the ocean, or is it before the floods or something? Before the Noah floods?
Obviously.
Yeah.
There's a lot down there we haven't seen. Yeah, that's what some think they might be Mayan or Incan construction, but
It's very, yeah, I feel a very wealthy prosperity. I'm feeling a lot of this around the pyramids themselves. Enlightened. I'm going to throw in them.
I don't think it was Atlantis. It's another. But I do feel like it was part of a temple or some kind of thing. Yeah, feels like there's more society underneath that.
Yeah, I'm not getting my Atlantis cards. But I am seeing a progressive society though here.
No, I think Atlanteans were pretty spiritually enlightened too.
Yeah, I'm not getting in my spiritual cards, but I am getting a very enlightened, progressive people here.
Yeah, I didn't get spiritual cards. I got a lot of fighting cards. Chaos.
Oh, did you?
At first. No.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a very progressive community or group of people that live there. But exactly what they were showing me. It came out in my cards. Yeah.
A progressive group or what?
Very enlightened, progressive, wealthy.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could have shown them. I mean, they're there. King of coins, and then 5 of wands, 7 of swords, 10 of swords, and 9 of swords. So it's all chaotic cards after that King of Coins.
Oh, that's
So I'm
interesting.
like, well, I was asking if it was Atlantis.
Oh,
That feels like first the chaotic part. No, but then I had
yeah.
other ones.
I didn't get any of my Atlantis cards, but I did get that they were very progressive people.
Generally, you know, pyramids are like celebrated areas.
What other question can we ask specifically about that area? See, it'll show me.
So if it isn't Atlantis, what is that for? What was it for? I mean, why is it there?
Why there? Would the words polarity of energy mean anything to you?
When you said that, I got more of a volcano feeling to that.
Okay.
You know, like the Mexican volcanoes and whatnot in Central America. That's what it meant for me when you said that.
I felt like where they were was not working, and they were given where they were given an opportunity. Just it wasn't working. They had to move. They had to move to better ground. Maybe because of
Well, that could be all
a volcano.
all the chaos cards I got. Maybe that's the reason.
Right, but you know the outcome here is it was a perfect balance. It was the perfect balance there.
Off of Cuba. Perfect balance off of Cuba.
I guess so.
Let's see. A lot of action. Yep, they had to move. There's some kind of illusions. It feels like it was a temple. Some kind of prayer worship of many gathered. I got the Magician, Five of Swords, and Knight of Cups here is the main center. So that feels like spells, rituals kind of thing. Knight of Cups, people around. Why'd I hear ward off spirits? I don't know. Actions and partnerships. I got Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Two of Cups. There's a lot of action here with some kind of union partnership with spirits. So it feels like it's, you know, like a normal pyramid kind of thing. But energetic. I'm not sure. I'm not getting a clear answer on who, what, where, and why it was there.
All I know is that it was a more stable environment and where growth could happen. You know, according to my cards, and you know, with their
before, you mean? Before the
it would be after they had to move. Yeah. So no, it would be after they made the move to this area. I mean, so they moved to this area, built the pyramids here after they got away from the other is what I was seeing with the cards.
Oh, and then it went downhill after that with possibly the Great Flood or whatever.
Oh, right, with the flood, yeah. But I'm seeing a lot of prosperity. I feel like it was there for a very long time. It wasn't like overnight. They were there for 2 days, and you know what I mean. I felt like
right.
a lot of progress happened. I feel like it was a very progressive community world then in that area. I feel a lot of advancements in science and medicine and all these different areas happened. But of course, they're covered in water. You know what I mean? Like it's gone. But I feel like a lot of progress happened that then was covered in water. Because what they're showing me is like, you know, science and the star, you know, everything, this whole mix of knowledge and enlightenment is what I'm seeing here before the flood.
Yeah. So it's like, not sure what the society would have been, but it feels like it was, you know, you had Atlantis and then you have whenever the flood was, I can't remember. It's like in between.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't really sense Atlantis was around North America. It feels more that way. You know, like Australia, and it feels like North America was not discovered till afterwards, or like it was underwater then. It's just my sense. I don't know if I'm right or not, but
well,
it feels more like it was like Incan or Mayan type cultures that built that.
Yeah.
Near the Bermuda Triangle. Good point, Connie.
Interesting. Yeah.
Not close enough. Otherwise, Cuba would have been in trouble.
Oh, Australia in the Pacific. That's Lemurian.
That's Lemuria.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, Atlantis had to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I guess I got to meditate on that.
Yeah.
See if we can figure out where.
White Horse. Now I'm going to be singing that song. Journey song. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. You going to sing it first, Scott?
Atlantis. When was in Hawaii, New Zealand? I think I need to get a world map, look at it, and then meditate on it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Do some scrying with your with your pendulum. See if it drops anywhere.
I don't know. Just you kind of get senses and feels like it's kind of here. You know, it's not like it. You just get this feeling in here. Oh, yeah, it's New Zealand. New Zealand was all of Atlantis. No.
Don't scry. No, I don't scry.
No scrying?
No scry. Someone says, Inquisitive Tarot said, don't scry. I love Journey to Lucian. Best karaoke songs. So what an interesting mystery theater night.
Yes, it was.
During that, and thank you, community, for allowing me to step into Andrea's spot for a night. I had a good time with you all. It's been a pleasure.
Got a lot of
and here's the card.
in here.
I know, isn't that fun? And here is the cards for you all tonight, for us all. And I will read them to you. But how interesting that, okay, first, you're very close to achieving your goal. So if you've been plugging away at something, grinding away at something, you're very close to your goal. So just keep going, however that energy fits for you. And I love this, guys, because on the 28th, we are going into the full moon of Leo. And the full moon of Leo came out. Look at, oh my gosh.
I got the moon too.
Wow. Full moon in Leo.
Oh,
Don't let pride get in your way. So you all know that the full moon in Leo, there a lot of emotions can come up, and struggles can present. So Spirit's asking you to kind of step back out of your ego, out of your pride, and allow the emotions to move through. That way, don't push the river on things that you don't need to do. Just let it go with the flow. If there's emotions, kind of step back and just say interesting. Take it in and allow it to move through without. Don't engage. Not time
so
to
funny.
engage. Not time to win.
I got so funny. So funny. The message here is release things from the past on the full moon.
That is so perfect. That's exactly.
Couldn't believe it. I seen your moon card going like,
Wow.
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yay. Yay, you guys. Oh, yeah.
For
Connie,
being here.
just keep your mouth shut. Right. Exactly. Just boom. Put tape on you. Tape on it if you have to. Melissa's not even leaving the house or going online. I love you guys. Yeah, empaths and the full moon. We got to hug each other. Oh, now I'm going to sing that song now, Connie. That's in Journey 2. Who's crying now?
Yep. Nope. Full moon's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
28th, I think.
Tomorrow's the 28th. Actually, tomorrow's the full moon. So tomorrow going into Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was feeling everything should be all clear by Friday night.
Friday night cleared out.
You bet.
Giving you all big hugs. Fun night. Yeah, see, Scott gives better hugs. He goes in for the big hug. I'm like, this is better.
Yep, Debbie was tuned in tonight.
But until next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. And I'm on Friday night with Kim if you all want to come visit again.
See how my week goes yet. Had a day off tomorrow. I got to go work tomorrow. So, yay.
Yeah. Well, you need to be safe,
like,
Scott, out there. There's a lot of snow on the ground. Yeah, lots of trucks doing this. You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be 0 degrees tonight.
Oh, my God.
Burp. That's without wind chill. So, it's going to be cold tonight.
Burp.
Burp. So, love and light to all you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Debbie. You were awesome.
Thank you, Scott, for having me. It was so fun.
Fun. Bye. If it wants to come off. Hello. Come on.